mean, when you sell to school, you create content definitely, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, for the VR and for all this technology, you need to digitize and create the content for school. So how do you work with the schools? I mean, do they give you their syllabi or the content, and then you upgraded it to VR or what exactly? How do you do this?
Exactly. We have two types of agreements. We
Yes.
have on-demand solutions. So we sit with the university team or a school team, and they provide us with their needs. For example, if it is a mechanical university and they want to teach aviation studies in their school, so what we provide them, instead they're selling the turbines and the flight jets, the flight engines. So we provide them with those solutions in augmented reality. Our prepared solutions, like we can sell them directly to the universities without they're paying any copyrights or any production fees.
Okay, can you go to the costing and yeah, this one, this slide here. You said you sell on an average price of $39,000.
Yes.
What do you sell exactly? What the thing that you sell at this price?
Okay. Based on the contracts that we have established already with the universities,
Yeah.
depending on demand or ready to use solutions. For
Okay.
example, with honoris, some solutions can go up to $100,000, and other solutions that they are ready to use, they can go to $10,000 or $15,000. So the average price for us is $39,000.
So give me an example of something that you have developed and you gave to a customer, for
Okay.
example. Yes.
In the video,
Yes.
all those on the videos we all developed those. For example, we have developed the giving birth simulations.
Mhm.
Medical students now are they are suffering from having enough experience in the hospitals, like they can have access to women who are about giving birth, and they don't have enough hours to really practice this.
So your customers at the moment are universities, not school. You didn't go to the level of the schools
we
yet.
we went with the schools. Astronomy experience, where they can find all the solar system and the missions that they have started from 1957 to 2018. We are providing them also with the anatomy solution. It is where their students can see all the human corpse, and they can detect all the different element of this.
So is the solution integrated with other VR headsets, for example, or they have to use a specific VR headset when it comes to VR?
It depends.
Yeah.
This is a solution that this is a really solution. For
Right.
example, during the COVID-19, a lot of universities maintain their education using Meet, Zoom, and Skype or others. But unfortunately, the practical learning has stopped because all the equipments are in schools that they are closed. So what we have done, we have digitalized their laboratories, and we can send them now through the cloud as an augmented reality experience. In the other side, their students download the application, and they can open the camera and they can see all their room transformed to the school laboratory, and they can do the experience like they've been doing it at school.
How this has helped students learn?
For example, experience in the schools is one to many. It means one teacher for multiple students. But with this experience is one-to-one learning. That means every student can see the experiment all by his own, and he can repeat it a lot of times until he reach the performance needed.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for the great presentation and the great product. I don't have questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I want to ask about the hosting, but then I know it will take a lot of time. But thank you. This seems very, very interesting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And now, from Oman, please welcome Team Hawkeye.
So, Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Maram Khzemi. We are from University of Technology and Applied Science, Suhar, from Sultanate of Oman. I'm here today to present our project, which is Hawakai. It is an application of a real-time object detection algorithm to detect the defects that are happen to the fenders in the boards. So now when we look at this picture, we can see that there is a problem. We can see that there is a problem here, which is a face pad loose. For the next image, we can see that there's a chain corrosion in that part and this part. Now in the next image, we can see that there's a face pad missing in that part. Next, here is a rubber crack element, which we can see also here. Now let's move on to discuss the marine infrastructure defects, starting from the fender parts, moving on to the possible defects. Then we are giving a condition assessment. Starting from the chain, as we mentioned earlier, we have chain corrosion, which has a condition assessment of 5 levels. We have face pad, which has a possible defects of losing, missing, and scratch. Then we have rubber element crack, which has a condition assessment of depth and width. Finally, we have the steel panel. As you can see in this image, it has a possible defects of corrosion with assessments of 5 levels. Now, what if the problem is not solved? What will happen in the board? Starting from the first problem, which is losing the whole fender, which need to be replaced. And these fenders are actually very expensive. So the next problem will be the damaged fenders will cause collision between the ships that are coming to the ports and the ports itself. Now the next problem will be cause oil spills, loss of the goods and equipments in the ships. Then we have the loss of lives and lots of money to compensate the victims. Then we are having the collision will affect the reputation of the port itself. And what if the defects are identified earlier? What will happen? Of course, the port will operate as usual. It will reduce the losses of the fenders, as we can see. Then also the services will be provided smoothly, where we will increase the profit of the port itself. Now next, if the user uses Hawakai solution, what will happen? This solution will offer the problem will be predicted earlier, so we can solve it much earlier before we lose the whole fender. Then inspect the fenders will be periodically. It will happen like each time whenever you want it, whenever you need it. You don't have to spend much time to search for the defects. Then we have searching for the defects will be much easier. We know if we are using a human to search for the defects, this will not give us what we need. So this project will help in finding the defects using this system. Next, we are having the money spent to buy a new fender will be saved, because we know, as I mentioned, these fenders are really expensive. So we are going to save those fenders so we don't have to spend more money to buy a new one. Next, we are having the revenue of the port will be increased because we are not losing any of the goods that are coming, not losing any oil. So this will help us in increasing our revenue. Now, final point, which is save the port's workers from dangerous job. Now, we know the workers or the contractor need to stand in a very dangerous places to take the images of the defects. So this will make him feel dizzy and fall down in the beach. No one know him and he might die. Now, next who are our targeted group? As I mentioned, of course, since we are talking about the fenders which are placed in the ports, now we are targeting the ports all over the world, of authorities, operators, and the contractors who are working in the ports. Next, what is the innovative technologies that we are using in the project? First, we are using YOLO V5, which is you only look once algorithm. It is a deep learning algorithm to detect the defects. Then we are making a user-friendly web-based design to make it much easier to the user to interact with the system. After that, the opportunities of this project. Now, we know that Oman have many ports on it, 3 seaports and 2 industrial ports. In Middle East, there are new UAE has 12 commercial trading ports and other oil ports. And all over the Middle East, of course, we know that they are having other ports. Now, also around the world, there are many ports. So This project can be used by all of these ports around the world. Now here is a video demonstration, a simple video demonstration of the project to show you what will happen. Now the user will log in. I will not discuss with you these points, but we want to look at the main two, which is real-time detection and the image video. So the user can, let me just show you. In this place, the user can choose a video to upload it, and when he submits, so we are choosing a video. When we click submit, the algorithm will start running, and it will start running the detection on the video to find the defects on that video. And after that, it will save it in some folder, and you can also view it from a web page that will be open automatically. But now I will show you the video itself. So as you can see, there's a face bad loose. We have here also face bad loose. I can say also that there are some problems will be not identified because we only teach the algorithm, or we train the algorithm with 296, which is not enough for an algorithm to learn its mission. But it is predicting the problem in the next stage, as you can see now in this fender. Here, as you can see, there's a face bad missing, face bad loose, and I think that's enough for the video. Also, there is another a place where you can click a real-time detection. So you can run a real-time detection to detect the defects while the drone is running above those fenders, or also using your own camera or your phone to do that. So in the conclusion, this project will have a huge potential for businesses. It is a safety critical, it gives you a safety critical solution. It is a seamless operation. And yeah, thank you.
Okay. So thank you for the presentation. It's really great. My very light question is, your part is the software part.
Yes.
Right. That's
Okay.
it. And the drone and the cameras and everything else, it is not your project.
It should be with us, but since we are working with those places that we will work with, of course they have a drone,
Okay.
because we are do that. So we
You are providing the software.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great project. Thank you.
Thank you, Hawkeye. And now let's welcome the team from United Arab Emirates, Biljawar.
Hello everyone, my name is Fatma Al-Hammadi. I am the co-founder of Biljawar, and here are my colleagues and the other co-founders, Salama and Zamzam. 2 years ago, we used to study at Khalifa University, Industrial and Systems Engineering. We used to participate in different competitions, such as hackathon, with an idea related to employees' happiness, and we won the grand prize. After that, we started building in this idea until we reached another idea. This mixture of ideas wonder what is the idea, what is the need, and how it could benefit both of us. The problem or the need we all noticed is the lack of linkage between the space providers and the customers. So there are many spaces underutilized and customers or people underserved. Let's say that you are a businessman or a freelancer or a student looking for a space. It could be a meeting room or a photography studio. Let's say it's a meeting room. What are you going to do in order to find it? I believe the answer would be a very traditional answer. You will go search Google for it, call each provider. Sometimes they request you to drop a request email, then sending pictures, negotiate about the features, then negotiate about the price. Sometimes they request you to go there to the physical place in order to pay a deposit, and then you book it. Mixture of traditional ways, time and effort consuming ways. On the other hand, your needed space might be the door next to you, and you never know. This is because there is still no fully application will hugely facilitate the steps. Biljawar application can benefit every one of us. Fatma, for example, can be a space provider. This is all because of the sharing economy. The sharing economy is a system built around the sharing of resources. Now, the sharing economy is set to reach more than $300 billion in the next 3 years. And any company that works in the sharing economy is expected to grow by more than 2,000%. If you go and Google anything regarding the sharing economy, you will always see increasing in numbers. For example, if we come to the transportation, Uber is a successful live example in the sharing economy. It allows people to share each other's cars. Now, our value proposition in Biljawar is to connect anyone, literally anyone that has a space with anyone that needs a space. In Biljawar, you can share any space, whether it was for a business, such as a workshop room, office, it could be a photography studio, it could be a lab, a creative lab that you have. It could also be for entertainment, such as celebration hall, multi-purpose hall, paddle court. It could be a yacht renting, for example. Now, if you are a company and you have excess of desks, or you have an employees going for a vacation, you can offer this desk in Biljawar in an hourly, daily, or maybe yearly basis. If you are a freelancer, for example, and you have a space, for example, you're having a photography studio and you're not using it after 5 p.m., you can simply use Biljawar application to offer it. You can make money by doing nothing. We are also encouraging people to start their business by simply having a small space. So we are encouraging people to have their own assets, their own spaces, and invest in it using Biljawar application. We're going to use AI and machine learning in order to make predictions, in order to know the customer behavior, and then continuously introducing better services. Moreover, we're going to use Internet of Things. For example, you can print from the meeting room that you have reserved just using Biljawar. Using Biljawar, then you can click and print the paper in the reserved meeting room. We have made a calculation, and we are expecting the profit to be for one category meeting room in Dubai to reach more than 22 million dirhams in a year. Remember, this is just for one category meeting room, just in one city, Dubai. What about the other cities and the other categories? Now, we are very glad to say that Biljawar is no longer an idea. It's no longer a dream. It has passed the stage of the idea. And today, we are implementing it with the aim of becoming the largest space provider that have no space. Now we are welcoming accelerators, we are welcoming incubators, and we are welcoming anyone that can help us and be part in our demo stage. Thank you very much for listening and appreciate your time. This is a quick demo if you want to see.
Thank you for the interesting presentation. How many customers do you have now?
Actually, we have just finished the development stage. Now, in this stage, we are targeting the space
The technologies you've been saying we will be using this, we will be using that. So that means you haven't developed yet the AI, the IoT thingy, right? You haven't used yet IoT, AI, and the things like that. When you say we will be using artificial intelligence,
This
we
is
will.
the only thing that we are aiming to use.
Yes.
However, the AI, the data analytics is already implemented in the website.
So AI, what do you do with the AI?
We have some analytics regarding the people that are visiting and the customers' behavior.
We developed the dashboard that can track the behavior of data. So we can know the customer mostly go to, for example, from which city or which area. So we can encourage the space provider if they will add a new asset, where to open, and what type of category is more needed. So this is the data analysis that we are targeting, and we already set the base by the dashboard that we have in each provider, and the dashboard we have it as an admin or a manager.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you for the great passion and presentation. I think it's like Airbnb for meeting spaces, right? Thank you. Great. I don't have questions, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. I had the same idea while you're presenting, and I think it's lovely. Two things I want to ask you about. How do you guarantee the safety of the people who are using the application? That's the first thing. You're basically using a desk, and we said anyone who has space can basically lease it out to the user.
We take this in consideration. So once someone register as a space provider, he can register, but he will not be able to publish any space until it comes to us in a dashboard. And then we review the information that they added, then we submit it. And we can choose whether it's like in the first page or second page. So no one will be able to add their spaces without our review and our submit. Yes.
So I'm guessing the criteria for getting accepted take into account COVID, the people who are going into an area or an office. Do they also take into account the fact that some areas are free zones and require licenses to go inside, require you to be licensed to go in or provide any space?
Actually, we are only the one who links between them, and we have our terms and conditions. Regarding the space, the rules, every space provider have their own rule. So we will consider that in our terms condition. We are not controlling the space rules. So every customer needs to respect the space rules. So also if you book from Airbnb, so every villa owner have their own rules. So please make sure to not use this and close this one.
Regarding the competitors, we have many competitors. Not a lot, we can count them. However, we are differentiating in two main features. The first one is the variety of spaces. Till now, till this moment, there is no application or platform that specializes in yacht renting, for example. No single one. There are a lot of features or spaces that are still not. As easy as the customer can register, and then they just wait for our approval. So it's very easy for them in order to register.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I have one last question. What is the percentage that you guys take? Your cut? Your percentage cut?